Ahoy Captains, Chase is Great here, back with another Skull and Bones video. Today I will be covering Year 2, Season 4, Eye of the Beast. We will be progressing through the seasonal journey all the way up to crafting the Corvette, which we all want our hands on. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, but before we get into the grind of the seasonal journey, I have a little bit of advice to give all you captains out there to help earn Smuggler's Pass points the quickest and most efficiently. Alright, so in our seasonal hub menu, we go down to Tooling's Favors, and here we have our Smuggler's Fortune. This grants twice the Smuggler's points for events. So if you're not using this, you're definitely missing out on extra Smuggler's Pass points. And also, make sure you guys are focusing on the challenges, not only from the Smuggler's Pass challenges, but we have the Founding Day event challenges also that rack us up Smuggler's Pass points. So make sure that you're using the Smuggler's Fortune to double up Smuggler's Pass points, and make sure you're concentrated on these challenges to get the most bang for your buck. Because if you're not, you're just wasting your time out there. Alright. Here's a list of the challenges for the Founding event. As you can see, you just get a ton of Smuggler's Pass points from each of these, and make sure you're using that Smuggler's Fortune to double up on those. Alright. That's all I had to say before we started to get into the grind. But make sure you guys are doing this, otherwise you're missing out. Eye of the Beast Seasonal Journey. The focus of this seasonal journey is so we can earn extra buffs for our ship and our captain, so we can just be OP out there on the Indian Ocean. Alright, so we're going to unlock powerful buffs. We're going to progress through the seasonal journey, and we're going to unlock these nodes by purchasing with guild marks that we earn from these events. So our first quest is Flags of Deceit, and we want to go talk to William Blackwood at either Talak or St. Anne. I think I meant Talak here. And we're going to want to go ahead and accept this quest. Rommel wants the Compagnie's prize Corvette, and we're going to want to go steal this Corvette. So let's accept this quest and go jack the Corvette. Pulling up the map here, looks like the quest where we want to go is just northeast of the Oubliette. So let's go ahead and fast travel to the Oubliette and get started on this quest. Alright. We're in our ship. We're starting off, sailing to the destination. Once we get closer, we're going to want to sink this rogue privateer and steal the Letter of Trust. So let's go ahead and sink this guy. And we've got our Letter of Trust. Next, it's asking us to go to La Bastide to steal the Corvette. Alright, pulling up to La Bastide. We got some fireworks going on. Looks amazing. Looks pretty cool. Alright, just interact with La Bastide here. And then we have our mission, Flags of Deceit. Deliver the Letter of Trust to La Bastide and take control of the Corvette. Alright, now that we're at the ship wheel of the Corvette, we want to avoid suspicion and join the Compagnie's skirmish. So the destination is just over yonder. And we'll just go ahead and travel over there. Once we get to this destination, we're going to want to sink some DMC warships here. Once we've got that done, we're going to want to go ahead and dock at Kokok Terrapung, but I don't suggest docking. I suggest just hanging out in the Corvette and racking up some challenges, because this Corvette is already set up with a bunch of dirt burning damage, a bunch of explosive damage. So I highly suggest just staying in the Corvette and racking up some of these challenges, earning some Smuggler's marks, and just seeing what this thing can do. It's got great durability, got great maneuverability. The weapons on it are pretty OP'd. So just have some fun, get out there and earn some challenges. with this Corvette before you dock. I highly suggest. Yeah, so as you can see, I had a lot of fun doing it. I got up to, I think, 8,000. Yep, 8,000 damage with the Corvette here. So definitely worth just hanging out and chilling and just doing some damage in it. Having some fun. Yep, doing 500,000 damage with the Culverin. I think I hung out for about 5 minutes sinking ships with it, so had some fun doing that. Alright, went ahead and docked, and Flags of Deceit quest is completed. Alright, so let's bring up our seasonal journey menu. And, alright, that one's done. Moving on, let's see what the next quest is. Our refining speed is up a little bit, that's pretty cool. Some more challenges and guild marks done and earned here. Alright, next quest is Hostile Tides. Alright, Hostile Tides. Let's see, I believe we want to travel back to Talak Penjara and talk to the shipwright here and accept the quest. We're going to investigate the ship's whereabouts. So, alright, from the menu, looks like it is just southeast of Fort Granby here, so we're going to want to travel to Ragnarok Cave. Alright, we're on our ship. We want to kind of avoid the Shadow Elder Beast, so we're just going to want to sail around that to avoid it. Once we get to the location, we're going to want to retrieve the sinking cargo before the DMC can reach it. So we get here and we're going to want to sink 4 DMC warships. Then it's going to allow us to retrieve the cargo from the shipwreck. Well, it's not really going to allow us to retrieve it quite yet. We are going to have to take on a few more waves of ships. We're going to take on, let's see, 5 more DMC warships. We get those guys sunk. And it's going to ask us to retrieve the cargo from the shipwreck for another time. We're going to do that again, and we're going to have to sink some more DMC warships. Alright, so we're going to sink these guys, and maybe after we sink these guys, we'll be able to retrieve the cargo. We'll see here. Alright, we have all those sunk, and we're retrieving the cargo finally. And now we can return to the shipwright at Talak with the recovered cargo. So let's go ahead and go do that. Alright, but first, I went ahead and completed the mission under siege by plundering Fort Granby because it was right here. So I went ahead and did that real fast. As you can see, once the fort is completely plundered, the quest under siege is completed. Alright, so traveling back to Talak now, actually we're going to first go to our seasonal journey menu and unlock this node for the shipwright favor. Alright, now I believe we're going to be traveling to Talak. Yep, and finishing Hostile Tides. Alright, so we're just going to run up to the shipwright and go ahead and have a quick little chat with her.
You've proven you could sail. If you want to take down the Dutch and the pirate hunters, I'll build you a floating empire.
Now with Hostile Tides completed, we'll bring up our seasonal journey menu and unlock this next node for 5% extra weapon damage. Heck yeah. Alright, moving on, let's see what we got. We have Apex Hunter next. So Apex Hunter, basically, all you want to do is take out all the sea monsters on the map, all the major ones, and then you'll be able to complete this quest and node for 5% all deck weapon damage. Very nice. That will unlock these other 2 top nodes as well on the seasonal journey. Our next quest is a golden bargain, which we can start by talking to Stephen Longarm here at Talak Penjara. And he is asking us that he wants to build a new figurehead for Rama's new Corvette, which requires gold ore. And we're going to have to protect the Unagawa rebels and help them reach Bandari. Alright, so we're going to go do that. Bringing up our menu, we'd like to... Oh, there's where the Roadman Godin is. Yep. Alright, we're going to want to travel to Il Michel over here to continue on our quest, the Golden Bargain. Alright, so once we're here, once we're docked, we're going to want to travel up to the Pirate's Bonfire and send a signal for the Unagawa. I think I'm saying that right. Ungwana. Okay, Ungwana rebels. Sorry about that. Okay, so once we're in our ship, we're going to want to go meet with the Ungwana rebel ship, which it is just nearby, not too far away. Alright. We're going to kind of nudge up close to the ship, and then it's going to allow us to begin the escort. This quest I had a couple problems with. The captain of that ship right there doesn't know how to sail at all. He was very slow, and it kept telling me to remain within the objective area, and notification kept coming up on my screen telling me that I was not. But I just kind of stuck close to the ship there and stuck by the escort, and I was fine. So if you guys run into that, just stick with him, and I think you guys are going to be okay. It made me a little nervous a few times, but I think that just might be a glitch, so hopefully they'll fix that, and I hope you guys don't have any problems with that. But once we get to our destination, it's going to ask us to defeat the Compagnie's final ambush, which I am doing here. So we'll get these sunk and see what we have to do next. By the way, this is my Plague Doctor ship build for the Sloop of War. I do have a video out for it, and I will put the link in the description for that video. So just go ahead and check that out if you guys are interested in this ship build. Alright, so we almost have these guys sunk here. It's pretty good damage to them. And now the next part of the quest, we're going to return to Stephen with the gold ore. So going back to Talak Penjara to talk to the carpenter there.
Let me fortify your ship, and it won't get damaged so easily. You could easily get the silver to do it.
After a short cutscene, we will have completed a golden bargain. Alright, let's bring up our seasonal menu and unlock the next node for, let's see what we have next. Complete quest Lord of the Seas. So we're going to want to take out the Huback twins, Ling Yang, Vikram, and Lepest. All of those, and then we will be able to complete Lord of the Seas. Not a problem there. So with that, we'll bring up our menu and unlock this node for 5% top deck weapon damage. Pretty sweet. Moving on next, our next quest is Precious Pearls. Precious Pearls we'll be able to find at Talak Penjara by talking to the blacksmith. So let's go talk to him. Next up is Precious Pearls. Rama's Corvette needs an upgrade. An allied rogue was tasked with supplying a mystical resource to strengthen the ship. So let's find the rogue and recover the mystical resource. Alright, quest accepted. We're going to want to just travel just left of the blacksmith and head up the stairs. This quest, we don't have to sail anywhere to complete or to complete this next part. So we're just going to travel up these stairs here. And I have no idea what that little rat is doing, but we're going to just forget about what that was going on there. And traveling up here, pretty sad sight all around. But we're going to go up here and... Oh, there's that rat again. We're going to want to pick up this book. And this book is telling us to go to the Forgotten Candy. Alright, so we're going to want to locate Captain Owen's ship near Forgotten Candy. Okay, so that's pretty south on the map here. So traveling there on our ship, aboard our ship here. Sailing off to the location. Once we get closer, we're going to want to sink the Captain Owen's mutiny ship. Once we have that sunk, we will get a note, and this note is telling us to go back to Dutchman's camp. So, alright, let's travel to Dutchman's camp. Sailing up to Dutchman's camp. Now that we're on land, we're just going to want to travel right up the hill here and kind of want to go to the backside of the island. Man, there's a massive dead megalodon back here. Or megalostari, sorry. But okay, let's see what we have to do next. We're going to have to collect some stuff from these crates. And we're going to want to search this dead captain here. Once we've got him searched, we can continue on with this quest. Alright, so after this captain is searched, we're going to want to return to Bagus with the crates. And that's back at Tilak Benjara. Here at the blacksmith Bagus, we will return the crate to him, and Precious Pearls quest will be completed. So let's bring up our seasonal journey menu and unlock the next node. What do we have? What do we get? We get 5% whole health. Okay. Next up is Dare to Ascend, and all you need to do to complete this quest is ascend any weapon at any blacksmith. So go ahead and do that. Alright, one quest I kind of forgot to cover was Spectral Menace. And that is just taking out the Roadman Godin here, the ghost ship. Pretty easy to do with more than one person. So just hop into any match that's already going on and take them out. Pretty easy to do. Once that is done, the quest Spectral Menace will be completed. And you can move on with that part of the seasonal journey. Bring up our seasonal journey menu and unlock the node for 5% more hull health. Unlocked. Awesome. Our ship is getting very overpowered. I love it. Alright, that started the quest Sunken Profits, which I haven't seen out yet. But that node right there is awesome. Unlocks any fast travel point from anywhere on the map when you're on your ship. So, super cool. Make sure you guys unlock that one. Yeah, like I said, Sunken Profits hasn't come up on the map, so I haven't seen it quite yet. Dare to Ascend, yep, ascend any weapon. Mother of the Deep, we're not there yet. We don't have the Corvette quite yet, so we're not going to do that. But we will take 10% more hill health, 5% to bow weapons damage, 5% to auxiliary weapon damage. We'll definitely take that. We'll take 5% to all weapon damage. And 5% more to top deck weapon damage. Very good. All these nodes are definitely worth unlocking for your ship. As you can see, they just stack. They stack quite nicely. Smuggler's points have also stacked quite nicely so far. I'm up to 46, so I'm ready to unlock the Corvette. Where I went first is I unlocked the complete tier of Gunner Master first to get both of the new torpedoes, the wound collars, I believe they're called. Very excited to play around with those and see what they have to offer. The next I went with, 16 tiers to Shipmaster so I can get close to that new furniture for the sea monsters. So trying to get to that. But either way, 46 Smuggler Pass points. All you need is 45 to unlock the Corvette, which I'm excited to do now. Here at the rewards that you get for claiming Smuggler Pass points. So there you see, Corvette's now unlocked. So let's go ahead and craft this thing.
Hello again. I'm glad
Up
you
to the
took
ship
shipping
right
really
here.
seriously. Wish I could
Craft
take a
new
scene to my
ships.
assistance.
Let's craft the Corvette. We're going to need a bunch of stuff to craft the Corvette. Go ahead and pause the video to see those items that you need to craft them if you don't have them, but I was lucky enough to have all of them. And the Corvette is crafted. This thing is basically a supersized brigantine. I'm super happy to get it unlocked. I'm very excited to make a ship build video for it and take on the Kraken, which is a beast. I haven't been able to even get close to beating it yet. So there you guys have it. That's the Corvette crafted, and the seasonal journey pretty much taken care of. That's all the quests that I've found that really needed to be done. All the other nodes you can just pretty much unlock by collecting guild marks and unlocking them. So guys, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please drop me a like, please subscribe. I hope to see you all on the high seas. Thanks for watching.